there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with a flashlight video. Today we're going to be looking at this FW3T everyday carry flashlight. Now I am really excited about this flashlight because it's been a long time since I have everyday carried a flashlight. I gave up basically several years ago. The last flashlight I ever tried to carry was this one. Remember when the Sunway Man V11R was all the rage? Here's mine. It's a little beat up. I had probably, I don't know, 3 of these. It was of a size that I could carry okay. I liked that about it. But the control wings on it, you can see this one just spins very loosely. I liked the user interface because of the ramp up and ramp down. You could just set it to where you want, but this one, invariably the control rings would wear out on them, usually within about 6 months. Also, they had these pocket clips that just kind of clipped on and didn't work too well. I actually lost one because of that pocket clip. So after replacing one, they were probably $70-80 a piece, and like I said, I bought 3 of them. I just gave up. There really wasn't that many times during the day that I needed a flashlight. Cell phones got better in this regard, so I started using my cell phone more. I didn't see the necessity, and I was frustrated because I really couldn't find an everyday carry flashlight that fit all of my needs. And one of my requirements, besides just being able to do general illumination activities, was I wanted a flashlight that, if I needed, could be pressed into a tactical kind of a use with a firearm. So I wanted to have momentary on capabilities. So flash forward to where we are now with COVID-19 and being home a lot and me spending more time on Instagram and on various forums. I discovered this FW3A. The FW3A kind of is the general designation for this flashlight. It comes in a variety of materials and finishes. This one is the FW3T because it's in titanium. And it is just gorgeous. And for years I've seen pictures of guys with their titanium flashlights, and they usually cost several $100s. We're talking $400 or $500, which to me was unfathomable, crazy. I don't mind spending a little bit of money. I do tend to buy nicer watches, and I have a nice car and things. So, it's not that I'm against spending money. It's just, for whatever reason, on a flashlight, I just was not going to spend that kind of money on a flashlight. But I discovered this one. The price was very, very reasonable. The retail price being about $100, and then usually there's a discount associated with that will bring the price down another 20%. So I got mine from Neil's Gadgets, and I'll link to Neil's Gadgets in the description box in this video. Neil's Gadgets also has a group on Facebook that I recommend you check out as well. But I started reading more about this flashlight, and the more I read about it, the more excited I was. So it is a 3-emitter flashlight. You can see in the head that there are 3 distinct emitters there. The output on this thing is crazy. It has a turbo mode that can do roughly 2,800 lumens. Now, again, back in the day when I carried this thing, I think 200-300 lumens was pretty much where this capped out. Of course, it just has a single emitter in its head. But this triple emitter head will do a turbo for 2,800 lumens. Now, put a pin in that. There's a little bit of an asterisk to that that I'll come back to. But when you buy these, again, there's a lot of different materials that you can buy them in: aluminum, copper, again, titanium, stainless steel. There's a variant for whatever your tastes are. You can also buy the head, the flashlight emitters. There's 4 or 5 different choices. This one happens to be a Cree that is cool white, but there are some Nichias that are available that can give you a warmer tint if that's what you like. Whatever you want this light to be, it will be. And the most fantastic thing about it is the user interface. This particular light, it was manufactured by Lumitop, I believe. A Chinese company, of course. I think all these flashlights, nearly all of them, are made in China. But the manufacturer, Lumitop, got together with some guys from one of these dedicated flashlight forums, and they built this thing to be an enthusiast's flashlight. Now, I don't consider myself a big flashlight guy. Again, I haven't every day carried a flashlight for at least 5 years or more. So I may or may not be an enthusiast. I've continued to admire them, over the last 5 years. But the point is that if you are at all interested in flashlight or flashlight enthusiast, this one was designed by flashlight enthusiasts for flashlight enthusiasts. So the user interface is really simple. It's got an electronic button on the back that if I just pop it on, it will come on in the brightness setting that you have it defaulted to. It has a memory setting, of course. Now, if I long press and release, you can't tell, but it is on. You can see the emitters are on. This is about a 0.2 maybe lumen output. A sub 1 lumen output for an everyday carry light is something I really, really appreciate. One of the things I really liked about the Sunway Man, it would do a sub 1 lumen output, and I can keep this on my nightstand. If I need to get up in the middle of the night and do anything, I can just get up, give it a press, put it in that low lumen mode, and my night vision won't get destroyed. I'm not going to get woken up too badly by bright lights. That I really appreciate. It's nice when I'm in a hotel room as well, trying to navigate. Really, really nice feature. If I want to go brighter from this mode, all I do is I hold down and it will ramp up or ramp down, which is really, really cool. Like that a lot. And again, I got it in a cool white. You also might notice that there's not really much of a hot spot. This thing, because of the 3 heads, because of the frosted glass, it has a very diffuse beam, which is just gorgeous. It really is nice. Extremely bright, nice, nice blend of throw and spill. I just really like this light a lot in terms of how it functions. And surprisingly, for a Chinese company, the machining work is really nice. You can see there's knurling here toward the tail. There's knurling here on the head for grippiness, which I like. Adds some aesthetic value to it as well. Excuse me. You'll also note that this clip, this pocket clip, it is attached. It's screwed in. That's not going to come off anytime soon. It's possible to bend it, of course, but that clip isn't going to pop off so that you lose the light. Really like that as well. So many smart features on this light. Now, in terms of a battery, it takes a rechargeable battery, and it takes a pretty special one. Here's an example of one of the batteries that it takes. Let my video camera focus here. See if I can get behind it. There we go. This is a Samsung. It is a 18650 light. You'll notice that there aren't any tips or nubs on this battery. This is what's considered a flat top battery, and you need this when to run this flashlight. I'm not going to get real technical as to the reasons why, but again, when you buy it from somebody like Neil's Gadgets, they have the appropriate accessories, including the battery chargers for these batteries. I bought a couple of the batteries, one of the nicer battery chargers, bought them all from Neil's Gadgets, and everything seems to work swimmingly well. Now, Neil's Gadgets is located in China, so it's probably going to take a couple weeks for shipping. So that's one negative, but well worth it. For the price, the performance, really fantastic. Now, here's the beautiful thing that as a concealed carry permit holder, I really, really appreciate about this light. And it's been reviewed to death on YouTube, but nobody talks about this feature. The tactical community should be really, really interested in this. If I do get into a situation where I need to do some form of building clearing or house clearing, all I have to do is grab the light, turn it on. I can set the brightness mode to whatever I want. When I'm done, hit the tail cap 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it is in momentary on. That means when I press the electronic tail cap, light comes on. When I release, it goes off. That's it. That's the perfect function. That's exactly what I want a tactical flashlight or momentary on function to work like. That is fantastic. And there is no way to defeat that. There's no clicks or presses that I can do to defeat that. It's not going to accidentally get out of that mode and get me in a situation where I might get killed clearing a house with it. The only way to go back to the regular mode is to actually unscrew the head of the flashlight and separate power. When I put it back on, you will see that it has gone back into the standard way that it operates. You can see it is now back into the moonlight mode, and will ramp up and ramp down again. That is perfect. That is exactly what I've always wanted in an everyday flashlight. It functions perfectly for my needs. I am so happy with it. Again, there's many different variations. This one's gorgeous. The one thing I wanted to mention is that in terms of the output, that 2800 lumen in turbo mode, and you access the turbo mode by double clicking. Okay, it's in turbo mode now, but that head gets really hot and the output will start dropping down. There are thermal regulators in this flashlight, and then when you turn it off, it goes back into the regular mode. So that 2800 lumen mode is only good for a few seconds, and the head of that flashlight gets very, very, very hot. Again, there is thermal regulation technology built into this thing so that it won't melt itself, but it will. The way the thermal regulation functions is that it will basically drop the output and the heat that it puts out accordingly, based on the temperature. That's okay. You're almost never going to need 2800 lumens, but the fact that you can get that level of light output for a few seconds is pretty handy. It seems to comfortably operate in around the 500 to 800 lumen range for prolonged distances or prolonged periods of time. If you need that level of output. Again, you'll experience some thermal regulation in there, but it shouldn't have any problem. And again, the light will regulate itself. It operates off of a really interesting user interface that, again, some of these forum folks got together and worked with, you can make this light be anything that you want it. It is completely programmable. There are some instructions, and because this thing was born out of flashlight forums, there are all kinds of FAQs and videos, and it's well supported. It's just an amazing platform. But you can make this thing do. It's got candlelight. It can imitate the flickering of a candle or a lightning storm, or there's just a ton of different things. If you're handing it to someone and you're concerned that they may crank up the brightness and it could be a problem, you can put it in what's called Muggle mode, kind of a reference, Harry Potter reference, I believe. Handing it to someone who isn't quite as savvy with flashlights, and that will limit the capabilities and the output. It is so well thought out, just an amazing light. Again, if you want to learn more about this, I would encourage you to head over to Neil's Gadgets Facebook group, or just head over to Neil's Gadgets website. Again, it's very inexpensive. It's a beautiful piece of machinery, and it's fantastically useful. Really happy. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.